Completed almost everything the Wrath of the Druids DLC has to offer and discovered some very interesting tactics to help you get the most out of the expansion, including for the brand new Dublin trading system. Like, there are some very smart tactics you can do to get all the new items in no time. I will tell you everything you need to know in this video. A like would of course really help me out. And let's go. As you might know, you can enter my weekly Helix credit pack giveaway if you haven't already via the link in the pinned comment, and these giveaways are only for subscribers of the channel, so good luck. The first thing to note is that the DLC is accessible after completing just one story arc in England. So either the Grantor Bridge story arc or the Leicestershire story arc. So all very early on in the game. The regions in Ireland all start at power level 55, but of course scale if you are a higher level. And there are some boss encounters as well though, that were 469 for us. But I'm not sure if this is because we were the max level or if they are always that high. Totally let me know the level of your boss encounters in the comments down below, especially if you are a lower power level. Not that you really need a high power level though for one of the new Drank gear. No, but you can very easily access the DLC after installing it by talking to Azar in your settlement and following that quest. And we had some people reach out via the input@JorRaptor.com email address that you can of course use as well about a blockade that was added with the recent update. Well, turns out it's actually part of the opening mission for the Druids DLC. Once you get to Ireland, you will immediately start in Dublin, where you get introduced to the Dublin trading system, which is pretty easy to understand. There are resources you can gather in exchange for special gear and cosmetics in a Hunter's Hut style menu. If you complete enough of these contracts, you reach a new renown rank and get even more contracts until you reach rank 5, which is the max level, and got all the gear. And 4 new armor sets can be fully earned through this system, by the way, and way more other items. And I'll, by the way, go more in depth on all the armor sets in the expansion very soon. But yeah, the point is that you want to focus a lot on this new system to get many of the new items really fast. And one quick way to get these items is finding all the trading outposts in Ireland. You already find one during an early main story mission, and after that you can explore Ireland for the other 6, and you see me highlight them here on the map, so you kinda know where to look. But also, as you expect, going for the viewpoints will open up these locations as well. And when I hover over these trading outposts, you see something very important, and that is production. The amount of resources I get per minute. So this is what the trading post generates while you are playing, and you can then grab those items and put them in your inventory by looting the chest in Dublin near Azar. You can very easily keep track of the amount that is in the chest by hovering over the icon on the map. But yeah, the thing is that you can increase the max amount inside the chest and also how fast you gather these resources by building extra buildings in each trading outpost. So again, first make sure that you get as many trading outposts as possible for this passive income. And unlocking each outpost is slightly different, but it mostly revolves around finding a piece of paper and then completing the quest with like trade in the title. After that, you can unlock the outpost and also build extra buildings in there, and you build these buildings with trade post supplies, which you get at raid locations. So it's very similar to upgrading your settlement. The 2 buildings you want to focus on are the storage house, so you make sure that you can carry more of the resources in the Dublin chest, and the cottage, which doubles the amount of resources you get per minute. Like the other buildings are not really necessary, you just want these 2 buildings per outpost and you will get your Dublin level to max in no time. Also because of a very easy trick you can do. So again, you generate these resources from the trading outpost per minute, so you can just leave the game open and the game will generate these resources for you. Stand before the chest in Dublin, check the game every hour, loot the chest, and you will have all the necessary resources in no time. Good to know though is that after reaching the max renown of Dublin and completing all the contracts, there is still a use for these resources for silver, but you only get 40 silver for 100 of one of these resources, which is kind of a joke. So you don't need to overdo this tactic because after a while these resources will get useless anyways. One more important thing to know about these trading outposts is that you do not generate resources in a menu or when in England or other regions. Only when seeing Eivor in Ireland. And that's fine, because you can actually do almost everything in Ireland. Like, you won't see the icons for all these settlement type services when looking at Dublin on the map. But if you zoom in the city, you can for example see where the blacksmith is, the tattoo shop. Like, all that good stuff is located in Dublin. So you don't have to sit through a loading screen each time you want to change your look. And I already showcased some of the brand new cosmetics you can just buy at a merchant after installing the DLC. So totally check the merchant in Dublin for some really cool new cosmetics, which you can easily buy with silver. But you also want to get nickels at these merchants often, because if you are a high power level, you will only get tungsten from the wealth chest. And this kind of sucks because every new item piece you get in the DLC will be on the bronze rarity. Ubisoft said that the ingot you get from these chests depends on your power level. So totally let me know if you got like nickels in Ireland. I only got tungsten myself. You can of course also get major runes at the merchant. I still check that often myself. But because there's a new order menu with new targets to kill, you can basically do that major rune farm tactic I showed you a while back. So how this works is that you want to save before you assassinate a target, then kill it, and then you will loot a major rune. If you like what you got, then keep it. Otherwise, reload the save you just made and kill that target again, and then you will get a new major rune. So they can kind of farm for the major rune you want, which can be nice. Another new feature in the Druids DLC are their royal demands. Brand new missions that add some extra challenges to the familiar camps. And you can get these missions from the pigeon coops, so totally grab them each time you come across one of these pigeon coops, because you will be going to these camps anyways. So then also being able to complete a mission is really nice. You see the amount of resources you get when you accept the quest, but that is without doing any of the optional objectives. If you complete one optional objective, you get double the amount of the special resources, and with 2 challenges completed, you actually get 3 times the original price. So that can be pretty nice too. But yeah, the fact is that if you just focus on the trading post, you will not really need the rewards from the royal demands. Which is kind of sad, but yeah, it's still nice to do them because again, you will be going to these camps anyways. And one more thing about these trading posts, by the way, because I think there's a bug right now that likely will be fixed in the future. You can namely fast travel to some of these locations already without having unlocked them first. So totally do this because it will save you a ton of time when getting all these locations. Of course, if you found cool things during the Druids DLC, let me know in the comments down below or reach out via that input@jorraptor.com email address. Subscribe for way more Valhalla Wrath of the Druids videos. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And I already have a ton of videos about the DLC up, including about one of the best new weapons in Valhalla. You can watch that one by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. You can of course send in your shots by using the Valhalla Raptor hashtag on Twitter, or by using the dedicated pictures channel on the Discord. And you can join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. Once you are there, accept the rules and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, I think the final photo mode showcase before we get some cool Druids pictures. But for now, you already selected some cool ones, right?
Yes, what's up everyone? First up is Bravehearts over on Discord, who just assassinated a polar bear, it seems, looking at the blurry, furry background behind Eivor. I absolutely love this composition with the focused hidden blade still out while facing away from the bear. The logo underneath is alright, but, you know, even without it, it definitely tells a story.
Yeah, now that you say it, I did not even notice the bear there. I was so focused on the hidden blade. Really, really cool.
Up next is Sam Blastergin, who tried the Connect Challenge tactic we showed in last week's video. Also love the composition here with the 2 snakes on each side while Eivor is protecting himself with his shield. I think he's ready to face a new challenge, namely the only snake in Ireland.
I think I was right, but we might talk about that in a future video. But yeah, there's one snake in Ireland. Good luck finding it.
And finally, we've got JD Assassin 89 over in Asgard, with this very cool shot of Eivor in the Draugr set while covered in red leaves. It kind of looks like Eivor just, appeared like this, like teleported with the leaves appearing around him, ready to fight.
Yeah, really, really awesome. I love these sort of these flowers here. And yeah, I can't wait for the Druids pictures, so that will likely be in the next video. So totally send them our way, subscribe for way more Valhalla content, and totally check out our previous video, which you can watch by clicking on the screen. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.
Goodbye!